Welcome, my Tangle friends. Thank you for being here. This is going to be so much fun. I love this pattern. I think it looks cool as a border or as a standalone. So I think that we'll just work both today on our practice paper that we're going to put rings in. And I've got all my supplies. And so here we go. So day 12, woohoo, I'm excited. I hope you are, I know you are. Let's do both. So the first one we're gonna do is, I'm gonna make a line across here in pencil. I'm gonna switch over to pen and I'm gonna make a line that auras, or actually goes right over that pencil line and then about, yeah, look at that, looks like maybe about an inch. I'm gonna make a circle and a circle again, kind of a printemps. I'm going to do that again. I'm going to connect this one down here somewhere, maybe here. Straight line, and then start your curve. Your curve can go tight to the bottom or not, your choice. Does not matter. Okay, so for my hand, it's easier for me to turn my paper. What I'm going to do is make a large curve from here to under here. A large curve like that. And back in tight under here. So I'm going to come off here again, but this time I'm going to go close and then up and then back. One more time. Up and tight and back. Going to do that down here too. So I'm going to start here with a C curve, up, and then kind of tight underneath there, same as we did here. This one's a little wider, but really that won't show up. Okay, the next one, tight, tight, and then branch out, and then one more time. Out, and then back, branching off again. So that is basically the pattern, and we are going to do more with it, of course. Don't we always? Okay, so I like to put a little bit of an orb in the middle, and then I'm going to put 5 sticks. Each stick is going to have a circle ball like that, printemps ball. So just a straight stick and a printemps ball. Oops, excuse me, again. Straight stick, printemps ball. And the more I keep my work in front of me, the more I like how it looks. I'm going to the tune of 5, remember? But I have never tried 6, but I don't see why it wouldn't work. Okay, that's just what the author, Reyes Galindo, suggested is 5, and it seems to me that that's the way Zentangle patterns are. So the front of it is going to replicate this each time. So I'm going to go out and back in tight, out and back in, 3 at least, and then turn. And back in, out, back in, out, back in again. I like to almost think it's going under that printemps just a little tiny bit. Out, back in, and again, and again. And then one more time. By the time you've done it this many times, your muscle memory is golden. So here's the next step. I'm going to start at the top of this printemps, and I'm going to come out wide and back in. It's the opposite of what I did here. So this time I'm going to come over just a little bit, out and back in. Now I'm going to do a couple of lower bumps off and another bump like that. Isn't that cool? It just is so cool. Okay, so from the top here, aura, what you did, the big C, do another big C, and then bump a couple of times. 1 and 2, and this, I might even have room for 3. Do some turning off the top, big curve, another one, and then a couple of bumps. Darken in there where you've got that little space you might have had occurring like I did. From the top, out and back. Back again, and not so much room on this one. And here we go again, out and back in. One more time, out and back in. Bump out. And I think I have room for an extra bump out there. Isn't it pretty? It's just the prettiest pattern. So let me show you what I did in the compilation that does not have any, words on it. So I just put it as a standalone here. I'm going to have to start being careful of my space. I'm only on day 12, and I don't have such a huge amount of space anymore. So I'm trying to get things a little more nestled in now. And here we are with the work that we're going to do today. So I'm going to put that, I've got a little more room on this one, so I'm going to put this one here. And I really would like to make the standalone flower type pattern. So I'm going to put my orb maybe in the middle here. And then remember, I'm going to do a stick and a round. We're going to be running into each other on some of these patterns pretty quick here. 2. That one worked out very well for me. And this one is going to bump into here, I think. Yep, I'm going to have to go behind. See how that's going to go like that? So that you can see that it's coming out. Okay, that's going to obviously be my most difficult. So remember where we start. Out and back in. Out, back in. Out and back in. Oh, it's so sweet. I hope you like yours too. So from the top and back, from the top over just a little and back, and then the bump outs. Do it again. This one's going to be a little trickier. Going to have an eyeball of where you think it might bump out at. Yeah, that worked out okay. We'll look at it carefully later. Out and back, out, back, and bump, and bump. And even more if you want, depending on what you want the look to be. From the top, isn't this sweet? Okay, so I want to do a little bit of shading, and I also have another little treatment I want to put in here. So you have a little bit of a large area, and I'm going to put a bunch of little perfs, orbs, whatever you want to call them, like it's a little pod. If you have room to do this, go for it. If you do not, it's just kind of an embellishment anyway. It isn't something you have to do. If you're confused about where that is, it's right by the straight line. And this is definitely a small piece here. Oh, so pretty. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, enough of that. So I want to shade here. And I want to shade back here. And I want to shade on the top of these little shell bits, or whatever you want to call them. Here, under there if I have room or need to, and then the top of the shell, and then the bottom here. Maybe even here a little bit. Shading is quick, I always think, but I wouldn't be without it. It is one of those aha things. If you like shading, you won't ever want to do without it. There. Okay, grab your blender stomp. Push. Looks like Emmy's ready for a new blender stomp. This one's gotten itself a little bit hard to control. I'm sure you noticed that I have, on a couple of the other videos, I have made connections for you in case you want to order any more supplies. Because when you're working on something like this, you just want to work. You know, you don't want to stop. And I'm going to put a half a smile in here. And I do want it to, I want part of that light source in the middle there. Oh my gosh, isn't this cute? What a sweet pattern. Thank you. This is Ole-Ole by Reyes Galindo. I'll see you soon. Bye.